Listen up guys, on top of G Fuel becoming devil hunters via the new Chainsaw Man energy formula, they've also become rogue ninjas. There's a Akatsuki flavored energy formula that you can purchase using my affiliate link and discount code down in the pinned comment and the description box. This is not a sponsorship though. If you do purchase something, use my link and discount code, I do get a small kickback, and I am an avid user of G Fuel. I'll usually mix it in with non-stimulant pre-workout since G Fuel does have just enough caffeine to get you going for a day, usually around 150 milligrams per serving. And these are two of the tastiest flavors that they've come out with, which is saying a lot because I love their Duke Nukem flavor that they had a few months back. However, you'll also be able to get some really cool anime themed merchandise, as well as energy tubs and different energy formulas of different anime to choose from. Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, My Hero Academia, Mobile Suit Gundam, Attack on Titan, and so many other series are available on the website. And best of all, unlike a lot of other energy formulas and drinks that are out there, there is zero crash because there's zero sugar in this one. Two really huge selling points of why I personally support G Fuel. In typical anime fashion, I am going to need you guys to send me your energy by clicking the affiliate link in the description and in the pinned comment, so you can buy whatever anime themed product you want. It doesn't have to be Naruto, it can be whatever anime strikes your fancy. And when you do so, make sure to use my promo code KAGE to get yourself a discount. Kawaki just did the one thing that Boruto never hoped would have to happen in this moment. He has used the Karma Seal. He's used it right in front of him. The battlefield, it was already in chaos with Jura, the Ten Tails in humanoid form, tearing through everything in sight, in particular tossing Boruto around the battlefield like a ragdoll. But now, something even more dangerous, it is stirring, because Karma, it isn't just a weapon like so many fans have been focusing on. It is not just something that you use for power scaling arguments. It is also a doorway. It is also a cursed key. And when Kawaki forced that door open to gain more power in order to fight against Jura, he didn't just awaken Ishiki's power. He also gave Momoshiki the moment that he has been waiting for ever since he went silent following the end of Boruto and Sasuke versus Code. This is no longer a battle about survival. This is the moment where Boruto might start to lose everything all over again, potentially even his body. Kawaki just opened Pandora's box, and there might not be any sealing it again. Join me in today's newest Naruto Explained video, where we jump into the topic of why Momoshiki's takeover is now, after 2 years in universe of waiting, finally upon us. Also, the chapter review should be up on the channel right now, so check that out if you haven't already. I'll leave that in the end credits as well as the description box for anyone who has not seen it just yet. So jumping right into it, we first have to look at Kawaki's arrival and why Karma itself matters. When Kawaki arrived on the battlefield, tension, it hit a breaking point. Jura was already proven to be an unstoppable force. His origins tied directly to the Ten Tails itself, because he's the Ten Tails in humanoid form, and he has Otsutsuki essence due to everything that Code did to create the awakened Shinju. He also has the Shibai cells in his base. Kawaki, he did well against Jura. Sure, he got in multiple hits. Some of that could be argued because he's a better matchup against Jura than Boruto. He's powerful, but Jura isn't just any enemy. He is the perfect evolution of the Ten Tails when you think about it. Something that even Code himself was unable to control. Jura let Code live on a whim. He could have killed him. And it's in the course of this battle that is quickly escalating that Kawaki made a desperate choice. He activated Karma. He is now unleashing part of Ishiki's full destructive potential, because until Kawaki shows off that horn, we can make the argument he's not using Ishiki's full power. He's just using stage 1 of Karma. And in doing so, he has now shattered that very fragile wall between Boruto and Momoshiki, because for Boruto, the Karma Seal isn't a power-up, it is a death sentence. As he said himself, when Momoshiki started to emerge, when Boruto started to use the power of the Karma Seal, he felt something stirring inside of him and he felt like he was dying. So in order to fully understand and appreciate this, we have to take a look at Boruto's trauma and how that all leads to Momoshiki's lurking threat. So let's rewind to why this moment's so dangerous. By Boruto's own words, he is haunted by what happened with Sasuke. When Code attacked them during the time skip, Boruto tried to activate Karma because, as Sasuke said, they stood no chance against Code, but Boruto failed, and in that moment of failure, it resulted in Sasuke being lost. Was it due to a lack of strength? Possibly. The Karma Seal might not have made the difference, but it at least would have given them a better shot. And it's because Momoshiki was about to take over that Boruto couldn't unleash that power. Every time that Boruto even taps into Karma, because someone like Kawaki is activating it, it's spreading against his will, and he's walking a razor thin line between using his power and becoming Momoshiki's puppet. That's why Kawaki said, grab your balls, boy, clench those booty cheeks, because I'm going in, and if Momoshiki comes out, I'll kill you and Momoshiki. And that's the worst part. Boruto knows what is coming. He felt Momoshiki in the past clawing at the edge of his mind. He knows that Momoshiki has spent the last 2 years waiting and watching, silent, no longer trying to gaslight Boruto. Boruto even told Kawaki he can't control this power right now. And yet Kawaki still did it. He activated Karma. Why? Because he knows that this power is the only way he can take on Jura, even if it means that he has to use the power of a monster like Ishiki that Kawaki hates down to the essence of his soul. This brings us to Kawaki's gamble and the consequences. So Kawaki warned Boruto, hey, if Momoshiki takes over, I don't care if you're exhausted, that just makes it easier for me to kill you. No hesitation, no second chances. That warning was not for drama purposes either. It was a promise, because Boruto made Kawaki promise him if Momoshiki ever took over, Kawaki would kill him. So when Kawaki triggered the Karma right in front of Boruto, he's gambling everything on this fight. He's gambling that Boruto can maintain control, because to defeat Jura, the Ten Tails hybrid, Kawaki knows only Ishiki's full arsenal can be used to compete. And as we saw when it came to training with the Karma Seal, Kawaki is not afraid of some of the more brutal and vulgar methods if it means forcing Boruto to learn how to control that power. He just throws you right into the water. Like if you're trying to learn how to swim, Kawaki's that parent that just throws you into the deep end and expects you to figure out swimming. That's what he did when he showed Boruto how to use Karma in part 1, and you can argue he's doing that same thing now. It's almost like Boruto's going through a training arc right now to learn to control Karma. Karma, when it resonates, when one Karma Seal is activated, it stirs the other, in this case Boruto's Karma. Which means the battlefield, it just became a spiritual battlefield as well. One where Boruto's being pulled deeper into Momoshiki's grip, and it's on Boruto to find a way to resist it. And remember, Momoshiki has reason to act now, because Boruto isn't just in a situation where Jura's a threat to Boruto. He's also in a position where Jura is a walking feast for Momoshiki. The reason being is that Jura is the Ten Tails and Momoshiki wants him. Allow me to explain what I mean. This is the perfect storm for Momoshiki's return. Let's connect the dots. Jura is the Ten Tails in humanoid form. He can use Jura in order to create a chakra fruit. Momoshiki, he is starving. He's been waiting in Boruto's subconscious, unable to act directly until potentially now. The activation of Kawaki's Karma has created a new wave of resonance, and like a siren call, it is something that is drawing out the Otsutsuki from within Boruto. And Boruto right now, he's exhausted a lot of chakra, he's exhausted, he was just knocked unconscious, he is emotionally compromised. Momoshiki has a chance to take over and do what he has to do to be able to get Kawaki defeated and feed him to Jura. Watching Kawaki walk the same path as Ishiki by using that power, it is something that is going to stick out with Boruto, even though it is a necessary evil. If Momoshiki takes control here, not only will Boruto potentially vanish, but he could very well turn on Kawaki and try to feed him to Jura, or we might even get a wild card. Boruto, being controlled by Momoshiki, might ally with Jura. Think about it. Momoshiki no longer needs Boruto because his goals are shifting. He wants to shove Boruto into a small corner of his mind and hijack his body and live out the rest of Boruto's days. But he still needs a Ten Tails to consume Kawaki for a chakra fruit. Jura's expressed interest in wanting the chakra fruit for himself, but because Momoshiki's not Boruto, you could see a potential alliance. I don't think it's as likely, but it should be something that does at least get brought up, if for no other reasons than discussion purposes. Kawaki thought activating the karma might have given him a fighting chance, but instead, he may have just summoned another threat onto the battlefield, something that he knew was a possibility, but knowing something is possible and seeing it for yourself are two different things. Momoshiki is not just watching anymore. He's waiting for Boruto's moment of despair, which might be here with each pulse of Kawaki's karma. That moment is drawing closer. Deep from within Boruto, Momoshiki might be emerging. Pandora's box might be opening. And what comes out next might destroy everything that Kawaki is trying to protect. And it might also destroy any goodwill that Boruto has built up since returning in the time skip with any Konoha shinobi. Because learning that Momoshiki took over Boruto's body is now going to make them view him as a bigger threat. The real question is, when Momoshiki takes over, not if, but when, will Kawaki truly live up to his words and strike down Boruto, the person that he once called a brother, or will he hesitate upon seeing firsthand what Boruto meant when he said things have gotten worse? He was able to do so before, but that was after Momoshiki tried to capture Kawaki and after Momoshiki tried to kill Naruto. There was extra stimulus there. It's just now Boruto and Kawaki on the battlefield. Kawaki talks a big game that to save the world, Boruto Uzumaki must die. But will he do so in this moment, or will he decide to save Boruto for a later date and time? We have to ask ourselves now, will Momoshiki now be in a position where he's about to take over? Will Kawaki follow through with that deadly promise? And can Jura, the god tree in humanoid form, can he be stopped if these two fall apart? Or if Boruto's able to maintain the power of karma, can he overcome them? Or will be the combined efforts of Boruto and Kawaki using the power of the Otsutskis be too much even for Jura to be able to handle? Obviously, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, clicking here on the left to check out that chapter review, or click here on the right to check out the other videos from my other two anime channels where I talk about non-Naruto content, but obviously those videos are more lore based and they don't deal with discussions like this.